Everybody to the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons Masters League. I am your host once again, Vagish Gotsleban. Joining me is Ranjit Mambasina Patel. No, I'm not giving it to you. It was not supposed to open. I was supposed to like smack him with it, but it didn't happen like that.
Too far, dude. Too far.
Fine, Ranjit.
I hope you're doing good, man.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. I
Yes.
think I'm just too white for that. You're too white for that as well.
That
But
was very bad.
no, it wasn't bad. It happens to be
Wakanda is in our hearts. It's as fictitious as
because it's a fictitious country. It doesn't really exist.
yeah. So
But
it's
jokes
about,
apart,
it's about
so-
how you feel inside,
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back on
Like
the
if
show.
I was King T'Challa, I would have said, I don't care.
Oh, you don't care.
Give this man a shield.
No, get this man a shield.
Okay, fine.
That was a
Go
nice
on.
one.
Script is the game. You
Ah.
can't deny it. I can't.
All right, you win.
Boy. No, but we have. So we did not have a CS game today, Mamba. So basically, we have a recorded.
Not really going to be it's not going to be a tough task to predict it because NTD obviously sits up there on top, just below Invictus if I'm not mistaken. And Iyati, even though they've been putting up some good performances, they've not been that consistent, and it's just getting a little tough for them to try and go up above the ranks in the Masters League. So I think it's going to be a fairly easy game for NTD Gaming.
Ah, indeed. Let's quickly.
Also, I just got told by the PCR that the map is cache, so it might just give a chance to Iyati because obviously it's a pug map. But I'm still thinking, or I still feel that it's going to go towards Entity Gaming.
All right, that's glad. I'm glad to hear that. In fact, we should be heading off into the game ASAP now. Before that, we will obviously without fail introduce the teams to you because obviously we need to make people know no कि भैया कौन खेल रहा है चेहरे लोगों के team names के साथ. So let's start off with entity यार. Let's see entity. अब सुनने में आया है I've come to hear Mamba that apparently a couple of entity gaming players are being chosen for an international Indian outfit.
They were Hellranger and Sai, respectfully denied.
I've heard. Oh, then you're still stuck at the old news.
Ah.
You're not. That is why, Mamba. I would implore you and everybody else. These are those few moments when I get to plug in great things which are happening in the Indian esports scene. This is the reason why on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. IST, you need to visit the Northern Gaming Facebook page so that you can see all the latest review from around the world and in Indian esports, hosted by none other than our lovely in-house analyst, Angela.
That's-
Esports 360 is the name. You need to subscribe to the YouTube channel also, just like ESL India Premiership.
Mm.
Hence, you do not know what is happening. So, moving on to the other team here, Team Iyati. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, this is Team Iyati for you guys. Pretty interesting matchup this. I am going to be throwing it to you, Mamba, because you are the analyst. I haven't seen the game. You haven't seen the game. The people who are watching it haven't seen the game. It's happened before. I do not know the outcome. What do you think the outcome is going to be?
Entity Gaming. No, but no jokes
that's
apart.
my
In,
Instagram handle.
in all seriousness, right? Because I've seen these guys play, and we've seen these teams play. Everyone, all the viewers know about these teams as well. It's on paper, on the server. No matter what sort of an angle you look
Entity is
Entity
the better team.
obviously
Not
is
to
the
take
better
anything
team.
from Iyati Gaming. They are also a gifted team. They are also a talented team. But again, we all know who's David here. We all know who's a Goliath here. Let's be very honest. And since I made that example, David has defeated Goliath. Well, in the recent edition of the film, the Goliaths also defeated a lot of other Davids. So depends. We don't know how the game is.
But
You
it's
will
going to be
get to know
interesting to
that.
find out, obviously, because it's going to be an interesting match, especially when it's cash for a team like Iyati. It's going to be interesting to see.
Field day. Good land, good aims. Take out Sai. If I was playing for Yeti right now, I would have definitely landed some good shots on Sai, gotten him out of the picture ASAP, then gone after this bugger called Amit Rasu.
Oh, then I mean, yeah.
Like this should be the modus operandi for any team facing off against entity. पहला हमला साय पे, दूसरा हमला अमित
So
रासू.
it was okay. So back in 2015, early 2016, or you could probably call end of 2016 as well. If Sai was playing for a team, and if you could manage to tilt Sai, the entire team would tilt.
But entity is not like that.
Entity is different.
Entity is not like entity functions on multiple layers. So sorry for that point of matter. If you take down Sai, the team won't go down. They might as well still win. The problem is every player of the team has their own individual functionalities to the greater machine. Sai chala gaya, good. So they have taken down long range issues. Sai cannot track or hunt them down. Amit Rasu is their lurker and their clutcher, main clutcher. Like सबसे ज़्यादा जो होते हैं ना जो I can't say that because live stream, but जो सबसे ज़्यादा harasser है इनकी टीम का वो
Annoying, most annoying player.
हाँ
है.
मतलब इसको तो हटाना है सीम से. ये तो रास्ते का रोड़ा जिसको बोलते हैं वो है. जीत के बीच में जो रास्ते का रोड़ा है वो अमित रासू है. Then I think the order of focus should be like you take down Marzel, probably have a showdown, कुछ revenge track कर लो, Marzel को हटा दो रास्ते से. फिर Hell Ranger और बाकी के तो Hell Ranger है. And
it just sounds like a monumental task, right? When you look at the lineup, it's like you take down one guy, there are four more guys. You take the other guy down. There's still one more guy who's going to stand up. You take him down. There's still going to be one more guy who's going to stand up tall and try and clutch around for his team. So it just is a monumental task to go against a team like Entity Gaming.
And plus it'll be slightly, how would I say, interesting to see because I'm presuming Amit Rasu is going to be slightly his mind is going to be diverted. He's recently
maybe.
gotten engaged. So उसका दिमाग engagement और game के बीच में होगा तो it's a good. See man, I'm just being strategic.
No, at this
here,
point,
man.
I think it actually
It is
playing
a
really,
fact.
really well because your mood does affect the game.
Yeah.
Unless it's like slight mood changes don't really affect it, but serious
Like
mood changes.
Adi absolutely went down when he got himself engaged. When he went ahead and got himself engaged and stuff, तो तब Adi का gameplay देखना चाहिए. It was shit. It was absolute shit.
Well, that's quite surprising though. I think he actually plays better when. Fine. Obviously, when he's angry, I remember at the
Obviously,
ROG Masters.
he was like so harassed and everything's happening around at that time.
No,
He
more
सब
than
कुछ
that, I
हो
think
रहा
it's the fact that we've not been able to play all that much because Adi and I we've been here on the show since last 1 year. Last 1 year we've barely touched Counter Strike, so obviously the skill is going to
है.
decline.
आप PUBG खेलो तुम लोग सबके सब.
PUBG की भी बात नहीं है, but it's just that we haven't been able to find time to play, right?
I'm telling you, this is going to be an absolute opportunity for Iyati. If they have defeated Entity in this game, it'll be so much fun. Amit Rasu, diverted mind. Sai being like all friendly. Oh, mera bhai Amit Rasu in that one. See, Sai को ना divert करना बहुत easy. मैंने realize कि as his brother I've realized, as his friend I've realized, it's easy to like divert Sai.
Yeah,
Like,
it's still like that
उसको
mushy little kid that way.
हाँ, उसको कोई कुछ मिल जाता ना तो उस पे fixate हो जाता है वो. तो so again, so you have to think of Counter Strike as not a game just on the machine, but like you said, it's a mind game. You have to everything's fair in love and war, right? This is war.
Oh.
You do off game also Kida Kandi. Matlab,
Though I don't really agree with the first line. Everything's not fair in love. Though, but that'll be a completely different topic. That'll be a completely different topic. No, it's a very serious topic, though, which I don't really want to talk about on stream. But off the stream, I'll surely tell it to you. But in the meantime, we've talked enough about these teams. So why don't we actually go into the match and show the viewers?
बिल्कुल. Let's go for the game, boys and girls. Entity Gaming versus Team Iyati.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership. We're well underway with the Masters season. And, today's game is going to be played between Entity Gaming and Iyati. Team Iyati on Cash of all the maps. And I'm really thankful that it is Cash and not Inferno or Mirage because, I was getting kind of bored of casting the same map over and over again. Alright. No more retake plays towards A for Entity Gaming. Marzel is going to be baited by Sai. They're kind of making love at quads. It's inappropriate, guys. It's a family show. Behave. Anyway, spawn. He is standing in for Amaterasu. Congratulations, Mr. Amaterasu, on your, well, nuptials. He did get married / engaged, one of the two. I'm not really sure. Very recently, and so today we see Spawn standing in for Amaterasu. Anyway, 4-man presence towards the A bomb site with just Hellranger holding down the fort towards B. So very good call coming out from Hellranger, who is the IGL, one of the best in the country, if not the best. And, well, it's just a matter of time. There we go, the smokes come in. Iyati will come streaming into the A bomb site very, very soon. And it's going to come down to, well, who can hit all the shots. And, oh, look at that Sai Marzil. They're just going to completely wreck shop. Spawn, Sai, Marzil. They have zero chill. And they just lay down everybody left, right, and center. Entity Gaming winning that pistol round rather comfortably. The only casualty there being Sai, who also manages to pick up a brace before, you know, attaining Valhalla. Now this, though, is the difficult round, as most would say, because it's the round where you have to face off against the Armored Eagles. And Entity has been struggling against the Force Buys consistently throughout the Masters series. So hopefully they've put some work in and they can stave off the attack on, well, as it would look like, the B-bomb site. And again, it's a 3-man stack towards the B-bomb site this time around, with Spawn playing mid. He has taken a hit from the Deagle, so he's become a bit more passive. Needs to be careful, does spot out Veerbhadra. And they know that it is going to be a B hit. And look at this, Marzil gets the opening kill onto Slots, but Ego is there to get the trade. But Marzil, he is, well, he's a wrecking ball. There's a reason he got shortlisted for Optic India. And so did Sai, actually. Both of these players proving to have what it takes to compete and hang with the big boys. Anyway, the last remaining survivor on Iyati is Mr. Bullet himself. Can he pick out a couple of kills just so that he can do some economic damage? The answer is no. Hellranger waits ever so patiently, decapitates Bullet, and with that, Entity casually and comfortably see off that anti-force. Good to see that Entity have put in some work on their anti-forces, and they're not just rushing in and dying like headless chickens. Alright, another push towards the A bomb site, and Spawn has pushed Squeaky. There's 4 players waiting for him just around the corner. He does spot out Slowin. He's gonna fall back, and Spawn is gonna get overrun. Hellranger needs to be careful. That nade is gonna sail into absolutely bugger all. But at least now they know where the players are, and look at where Falcon is. He's just pushing W, knows no tomorrow. But again, he runs the risk of getting overrun. There's already a player on the flank, that's Ego. They need to be careful. And I like what Falcon did. They pushed, they fell back. Sai, in the meantime, he's just gonna do Sai things, picks up a kill. Hellranger finds Bullet, and now it's all down to Ego in a 1v4 with nothing but a Glock. Absolutely nothing but a Glock. This is gonna be very, very difficult. And there we go, Falcon, left mouse button, ADing to glory, gets the final kill. 3 very comfortable rounds for Entity Gaming, and look at that, Sai immediately out with the AWP. The Zoom Banger is out to play. And, well, Marzil, Falcon, and Spawn still deciding to stick with the SMGs. Interesting, interesting. Let's see if, if they win this round, this is going to be absolute humiliation for Iyati. It's going to be like, rubbing their noses in the dirt. Equivalent to it. And Falcon, he's going to get mollied off. He's going to have to fall back. In the meantime, Sai is going to rattle off a shot with the AWP and take up a more passive angle. In the meantime, Hellranger playing aggro towards A mains, gets, well, does a lot of damage onto Veerbhadra, does land a headshot, but oh, Marzil box, Slowin Hellranger down, and that's one defender taken off the A bomb site. Man advantage to Iyati, although Veerbhadra is more or less, well, he's dead now. He is DED, dead. Spawn gonna just do cheeky things. Sai in the meantime. Oh my god, Spawn, behave. But yeah, Falcon on the B bomb site with nothing but an MP9, and it looks like the hit is coming that way. But Falcon, is he going to rotate off or is he going to gander the peak? He's going to chance the peak, jumps around, gets 2 kills, and Falcon with the MP9 clutching that round out. What a god. God by God. What a god. 4-0 to Entity Gaming, and Iyati. Things are not looking too good for them. I mean, it is still early days. Let's not forget that. It's just going into the 5th round. They still have a lot of Counter-Strike that's left to be played here. But Iyati, they just lost 2 SMGs. 3 SMGs and 1 rifle and an AWP. 1 HP. Let's see if they can make anything happen. Ego eating a face full of flashbang. And Spawn still hanging around mid. Nothing but death and destruction. Sai in the meantime with the P250, getting that 3k, surviving on 12 HP and keeping the AWP alive as well. 5-0 to Entity Gaming, and Iyati with a full proper buy. All the nades, all the rifles, everything they could have asked for. Veerbhadra might want to go for the AWP. He's still to open his, well, open his scorecard. He's sitting on 0 frags. That is not somebody you see regularly on 0 frags. Veerbhadra, one of the more consistent players in Team Iyati. But well, everyone has that off day every once in a while, and it looks like Veerbhadra might be having one of those days. Sai opening things up onto Veerbhadra with the AWP. Just no respite for that poor guy. He peeks and he's dead. Bit of a late smoke towards Aimee. That's a bit curious. And Hellranger is going to be playing on the edge of it. Spawn. And there we go. The pop flash. And Hellranger, he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm lost. But he's still going to get one. And how? How is he Neo? I mean, and he's going to repeat. Gets 1, gets 2. He's on a 3k. He's just going to lay Iyati to waste almost single-handedly. Now it's Ego in a 1. He dead. The Ego is... He's going to have to massage more than just his ego tonight, because that's... He's just being bruised left, right and center, black and blue. Sai not giving him an inch to breathe, and Hellranger re-peaking. That is just adding insult to injury. And laying down the spray down on 3 of the Iyati boys. That is gonna hurt. That is gonna bruise. Alright, when all else fails, Sukha Bhel, Rush B. And Falcon, he's gonna get mollied off, but he's got nade, they've got utility, they can use it to their utmost advantage. And look at that, double up towards side. Falcon playing from back of checkers, needs to be careful. Slowin just gonna jump through the smoke to his imminent death. Veerbhadra, God knows what he's doing. It's just falling apart for Iyati. What the hell is going on? They're just walking in one by one like lambs to the slaughter. No cohesion, no teamwork, no utility. But alright, Slots still... Wow, alright. Sai somehow managing to stay alive. Mazel does fall, but it doesn't matter right now. Falcon is on $16,000. He is actually losing money every time Entity Gaming wins a round, because he's topped out. It's glorious. It's glorious to see this kind of gameplay coming out from... Well, they have had their doubters in the past. They have had questions raised by myself as well as Adi about their form and their claim to be the best in the country. But this is looking like an entity to be afraid of, to be feared, to be revered, and to be cherished by all Indian fans of Counter-Strike, because they are looking dominant and they are looking like they're a team that can get the job done. Alright, Falcon and Spawn planning to go for that counter boost, but deciding against it at the crucial moment. Ego, he's gonna come running out. Falcon's just gonna spray like a crazy man, and he's gonna get 2 kills just like that. Wow. And I love the bait play. Look at where Spawn is, and they would have gotten the information that Falcon would have, retreated. So in all probability, they won't be expecting Spawn with his M4A4 howl. How rich are you, man? How rich are you to be playing where he is playing? But it looks like Veerbhadra does have an inkling that Spawn may have pushed up. And Spawn doesn't really matter now, does it? It's just everybody's just capitulating under the pressure. Spawn gets the kill. That's bomb control. Now it's all down to Sloan, who's been spotted out, and he's gonna get annihilated very, very soon. Hellranger takes him out. This is just looking ridiculously easy for Entity Gaming. And finally, a tactical timeout being called by Team Iyati. God only knows that they need this, because my. They have been all over the place. There's no cohesion, there's no tactics, there's no defaults, there's nothing. They're just getting steamrolled by Entity Gaming left, right, and center. This is, so far, it has been hashtag spanked. For sure. All right, going into the 9th round, score is 8-0 in favor of Entity Gaming. Again, Iyati has everything to play with. The op-out onto Veerbhadra, slots, slow in, ego. They have utility, they have the AK-47s, but do they have the right attitude? They've just taken a timeout, so possibly we should be expecting a switch up coming out from Iyati. But now it is going to be the time for the counter boost. But Slots is marking it like a hawk. Hellranger, if he pops his head, it is going to get popped by Slots. He will not hesitate putting a 7.62 bullet between Hellranger's eyes. He has to time this to perfection. And we all know Hellranger has his timings down. So let's see if he's able to do it. That would have been the time to peak with that flash. But Hellranger still biding his time, still being patient. He's just holding. They haven't spotted anybody, but the moment he hears these nades, he can hear the nade getting cocked, so Hellranger will push at that moment. At least he should be pushing at that moment. Oh my days, are you kidding me? Hellranger spotting 2 ostriches right above drop, and he's like, thank you very much, I'm gonna take these kills, lads, and I'm gonna head on home comfortable. Anyway, Spawn now playing towards mid. Look at where Falcon is. This is how is this even happening? Veerbhadra playing sandbags. Wait, what? Okay then. So it's basically Entity just pugging right now. There we go. Spawn picking up his favorite weapon. That is the AWP. Don't get me, Spawn used to be the aid opper for Too Easy Gaming last year, but before that he used to be the opper for Hellranger's MXB, and my god was that a legendary lineup. Hellranger, again, the player to have found Spawn, nurtured him, trained him to the player he is today, and Spawn is one of the best players in the country, especially with the AWP. But, you know, considering that Sai is also another extremely competent opper, Sai needs to be careful. Oh, okay, he's gonna get overrun. He's dead. He is dead, but there's Falcon laying down the spray down. What a glorious spray. And Marzel, he's gonna do some self-inflicted damage, but it doesn't matter. Ego's half dead. He's just got 5 HP and bullet. Armor, but just the deagle. Marzel being flashed out by his teammates. Spawn catches bullet on the flank. Now it's just Ego with the AWP and the armor, and this, it looks like it's going to be 10-0. It really looks like it's going to be 10-0. Ladies and gentlemen, the boys are back. Entity Gaming is just announcing their return back to the big boy leagues in style. Alright. 3-man presence, Entity Gaming towards mid. But this time, again, Slots finally getting the opening pick. But they got that last round as well. But this time they do have the guns to work with. Last round, Falcon was just allowed to bully them towards Checkers with that M4, just opening up the spray and just chipping away at the HP of 3 players and actually killing one. But this time around, Iyati, everyone's at full HP. They have the weapons. They have everything going for them. And Slowen, he's just chilling. He's filling it. And Veerbhadra frying Falcon alive. Marzel towards the B bomb side. Oh, the spray fails him for the first time this half. The spray has failed him. And Spawn and Sai can the 2 stalwarts of Indian CS mount this retake. Will the Howl come in handy in helping mount this retake? Let's see. Bullet will get Sai and Spawn with the trade, but it's a 1v4. And Ego's like, guys, you've bullied us enough. Please let us just take a round. And they do indeed. And with that, Iyati opening up the scoreboard, getting their first round on the board. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. We may just have a game on our hands yet, boys and girls. All right. Sai again taking some early damage. This time Spawn though towards sandbags, but he's gonna get completely blinded. And Bullet gonna get the opening pick, and Spawn spraying through the smoke gets the kill. There is another player in the smoke. Sorry, pushing up mid. That is Slowen, and he's not slowing down. And Marzel with the AWP. It's a treat to see Marzel op. He is such a talented opper, a secondary opper. They also have a tertiary opper in the form of Spawn, and that is how Deep Entity's fragging lineup goes. They just have so many hard fraggers. But Falcon, unfortunate they're getting caught with his pants down. Marzel switching it up, moving up towards CD Spawn. He's going to spot out the player, shoots him in the shoulder though, unfortunate with that nade. That can do a lot of damage. Slots down to 19 HP, but Marzel's got no chill. He's going to push through the smoke. He's going to get punished for his aggression, and now Hellranger is left all alone again in a 1v3, although Slots is very, very low. Doesn't matter because Hellranger is very, very dead. Alright, Iyati stringing a couple of rounds together. Now Hellranger, he's just playing, well, black in the smoke. Jack and Jill went up the hill, but basically Hellranger just got shot. And Ego, he's towards Shoutbox. Sai playing on the edge of that smoke, gets one, but is immediately traded out. Slowen gets spawned. And finally, Iyati showing some signs of life because, well, Marzel, he's on the flank, and Falcon, he's going to have to back off, allow for that flank to come in. Marzel, can he go God mode? Bomb is yet to go down. It's a 3v2. It is still very, very doable if Falcon just stays alive and is a little bit patient. They still don't know that the fast flank is in from Marzel. They're going to check everywhere. And now Marzel spots out the carrier. He's going to get the bomb, but Veerbhadra too quick for him. And now Falcon, he's made a lot of noise, and Slowen is going to put him in his grave. Entity Gaming losing the plot a little bit towards the end of the first half, and now they have to eco. They don't really have the money to go for a full proper buy. And Iyati, they've got it all. They've got everything. They can go for the buy. Entity most likely is going to save for the final round of the first half. Alrighty. Finally, some spring in the steps of Team Iyati. They have looked morose, they have looked defeated, but it looks like they've gotten their confidence back. Sai spots out Ego. I think that was a mutual spotting of players, and Sai doing the wise thing, falls back, and he's going to go out re-aggressing, and he's going to die. That is just how the cookie crumbles. Hellranger with the 5-7. He's going to go taking a peek by jumping on a ticket booth, I'm assuming. He does, and what he sees is not to his liking. He's gonna fall back. And I'm just, frankly guys, I am really excited for the upcoming Optic lineup, you know. Getting to say maybe possibly Optic Sai or Optic Mazel, it's just going to change the entire landscape of Indian CSGO. And right now, though, Slovin is changing the entire landscape of Spawn's face. And Falcon left live 1v4 with a CZ. It's not going to be that easy because Slovin is just flowing right now. And I'm sorry for the cringy wordplay. I've just had some food in me. Blood is flowing to my belly, not my brain. So, please to excuse. Okay, thanks. Alright. Iyati. Signs of a comeback. 4 rounds on the trot. Entity Gaming. Still sitting at 10 rounds. Possibly 11. But considering how the momentum has shifted and how it has swung, it may just be a 10-5 half for Iyati. And that's a lot more respectable than 11-4. It's just, even a single round can have such an impact on, your psyche going into the second half. There you go. He's going to be pushing towards... They're going to make a play towards Squeaky. And I don't know what god tier read Hellranger had. He's on Shroudbox. He has the perfect position to counter this play from Squeaky Doors. Provided he doesn't get flashed, he is going to be golden. Spawn spotting towards Highway. It's the only position that can nullify Hellranger's spot on Shroudbox. And he's hearing this Hellranger. All he has to do is have trigger discipline. And he's playing anti-flash for the time being. Spots out slots. Lets him go. Very smart from Hellranger. They won't be expecting this at all. He would have relayed the information over towards his teammates. That's someone who's pushed, And there we go. Down comes the Warhammer. He's going to get the kills. He's going to spray through the door and somehow manage to make it out alive. Spawn, on the other hand, he's going to go do what he's been doing, being an absolute nuisance. And lol. There we go, the door getting open, Mazel, and wow. I have not seen an attack crumble so fast ever. And look at this Mazel, he's got no chill whatsoever. He's just going to go pushing a mains. Down he goes, down goes Ego. And that's 11-4 to Entity Gaming. That is a very good first half. Iyati showing some signs of life, some signs of, a possible comeback. But Entity Gaming just laying all those fears to rest. Another classic pistol round timeout by Entity Gaming's Hellranger. He is notorious for things like these, just to play mind games with the opponent. And his pistols last year were phenomenal. They were absolutely phenomenal. Alright, what do Team Iyati have in store for us on their pistol? We all saw what Entity did, and that was as dominant as they come. Sai, he's making his way up. Squeaky, he loves playing this position on Cash. It is his go-to position. Has a decoy. Falcon, running utility. He's forever the support player, and he's going to go making a lot of noise here, Sai, towards the A-bomb side. But it doesn't look like Iyati are taking the bait. Unless Sai can get a couple of kills, or at least one kill, there's going to be no rotations being drawn. Because so far, Iyati can't hear anyone else. They know it's a distraction. They know it's a smoke screen. And it looks like they're not going to be falling for it. Sai knows the position of at least one player. In with the goods, delivering the kills. Mazel with a 2k, Hellranger with a 2k, and Sai with the single kill. What a standout performance from the entire team. There's no one player that has been carrying everyone. Look at the frag distribution. 15 on Sai, 14 on Falcon, 13 on Hellranger, 13 on Mazel, and Spawn on 12, who is, by the way, the stand-in for Amaterasu. Just imagine how difficult it may have gotten for Iyati had Amaterasu actually been playing and had been part of the lineup. But now, oh, this is interesting. Iyati have gone for the full hard eco and have gone for an A-stack. Sai, again, playing his favorite position. That is gonna be, well, checkers. Sorry, squeaky. My bad. Like I said, blood in tummy. Brain not functioning at optimal levels. Anywho, it is a hard eco, only slow in, buying up a CZ and Bullet with the P250. Everyone else starting off with the default pistols. Sai is going to do his patented pop flash out from Squeaky. Gets the kill onto Ego. That's one man down, 4 left to go. Sai does find another. Understands that it may be an A stack, but well, there's Spawn. He's going to mop up some kills with the Mac 10. And last but not least is Veerbhadra, who will land a dink, but Spawn is like, sit down, son. Sit down. You got no armor. You got no chance. Sit down. Entity Gaming coast on over towards 13 rounds and whoa, Iyati going for the early force. This is the Brutality buy, because Brutality were notorious in doing this buy last time around during the last season of the ESL Masters Premiership. And it worked for them quite a few times. Hopefully it pays dividends for Iyati, because God knows that their margin for error is fast shrinking. They don't have any room for any more mistakes. It has to be perfect, it has to be pristine, and it has to be decisive. Spawn still gonna land the opening kill, but Mazel, he's gonna completely shit the bed. But Falcon comes in with the trade onto Veerbhadra. And Falcon, what the hell is Falcon doing? No one's marking his heaven. Sai kind of going to sleep there. It's a 3v2. And Bomb is dropped out in the open. And Sai, he is gonna die. Sai goes bye-bye, Hellranger. Well, he's gonna be put to rest as well. Alright, Entity Gaming losing a round that technically they shouldn't have. Hellranger buying up, they're going to be forcing it up. Entity Gaming, can they do it? Is the question. Is it going to happen for them? Or can Iyati hold on, and can Iyati, well, get the job done and see this round through? I like the setup coming out from Iyati. They've got one player boosted into Vents, but one player in mid. He's going to get deleted thanks to Sai's Deagle. And now Ego has to take the burden of mid. And that means Slots has to, you know, divide his attention from checkers to all mid as well. And he's going to give up a very good position just so that he can retrieve that AK-47 and have that extra firepower to aid in nullifying this man advantage that Entity have managed to secure for themselves. And Bullet jump peeking towards A main. Sai again just rattling off shots, making some noise, making sound to make sure that, you know, players stay where they are from Iyati and don't you know, have any ideas about stacking a bomb site or any such fancy things. Ego in the meantime still going to be playing by mid, spots out Hellranger, knows what he's up against, knows that there's a Deagle heading his way. And Spawn, he's found his W key, and they're going to go bum rushing towards Highway. And Ego's going to get shot in the butt, given an extra hole or two to poop out of by Spawn. And oh, what a perfect pop flash, but Slots, well, he's going to get one kill. Mazel unable to trade him in a timely fashion, but that doesn't matter because Hellranger is going to get the kill regardless. 2 for Hellranger, 2 for Sai. That's 14 rounds on the board for Entity Gaming. Iyati, they should go for a force. They have no option. They have literally no option. They have to go for a force buy. Let's see. Will Entity just... Alright, they haven't gone for a force. That is even more interesting because that shows that their Iyati are willing to play this properly, like with good economic decisions. But at this point, given the fact that they have to go for a buy in the next round and they're not all gonna have everything, they should have given themselves as much opportunity. But Mazel, even though he is on his deathbed, the Grim Reaper has literally got one hand on his shoulder. Mazel will not give up. In fact, he's going to turn the tables on the players aggressing him and get a juicy little brace this round. But nice shot from Bullet. Mazel needs to be careful. He's very, very low, and down he goes. He goes Deagle, ladies and gentlemen, is just ringing out like a maniac. And somehow, Iyati has managed to pull back the score down to a 1v1. Can Ego do this? He doesn't have armor. The aim punch is going to be a right little pain in the butt, but it doesn't matter because Sai is just going to shoot him between the eyes and put Entity Gaming on match and map point. Alright, what could possibly very well be the final round of the match? Veerbhadra finally out with the AWP. It is his favored weapon. And what a shot onto Sai. That was a glorious flick. Veerbhadra. Wow. Slow in now. Playing on the edge of the smoke. A little bit of an anti-flash. And Veerbhadra is not gonna stop. He's just gonna kill, and kill. 3 kills for him already, and in the blink of an eye, it's just Hellranger who finds himself in a 1v5. Right now, the goal for him is to do just some economic damage. Oh my god, that bullet literally whistled past his ear. But Hellranger still managing to find a kill. Slow in with the AK-47. He's going to die as well. Hellranger doing a lot of damage. And now Veerbhadra with the AVP. Hellranger still got a minute to work with. He can isolate quite a bit of these 1v1s, which somehow, for some strange reason, Iyati are more than eager to hand over to him. But, well, at least that last kill does not go Hellranger's way. Ego is able to secure the final kill of that round at least. But again, Entity Gaming 15, Iyati 6, 9 rounds still in the kitty for Entity. They can just eco this, go for a buy in the next round. But nope, they're going to force around it. They're going to force it up a little bit, at least upgraded pistols. They've just been reset, so I mean, why not give yourself as much of a fighting chance as possible? And it looks like they're going to change up the pace here, Entity. They might try and go for a fast play because there's no map control being vied for by Entity, and considering the fact that they just have pistols, that is not a viable strategy, so might as well do a YOLO A push and hope for the best. Slow in towards mid. He's going to hear that smoke being pulled and thrown, so he's going to relay the information that, you know, players are on their way to the A bomb site. Bullet completely blinded, just completely and utterly getting destroyed. Ego from behind the smoke, but Falcon, hell, it's just even trades across the board. Sai spots out Ego, Sai deletes Ego. How is not like this? Come on, guys, Iyati, not like this. Slow in. What? Sai, you absolute animal! And in the blink of an eye, it's just Veerbhadra in a 1v2. Both Hellranger and Spawn have gotten their hands on weapons. This is not looking good for Veerbhadra. They know exactly where he is. The clock's ticking down. Veerbhadra does have a kit, but what can he do? There is Spawn still towards quads, and down he goes, and Iyati lose that game to a full eco. GG's. Anyway, guys, it has been a fantastic game of Counter-Strike. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do hit that subscribe button, like button, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified daily for amazing ESL India Premiership action. This is Fet signing off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again with the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership 2018. Brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, Intel, lovely folks at Norton Gaming presenting it to you, and ESL India. And of course, that 16-6 score line says it all. Entity Gaming's in a different league altogether, isn't that right, Mark?
Oh, that's absolutely true, even though, I mean, you know, we did expect it, to be very honest, because obviously Entity Gaming versus Iyati, and these guys are a bunch of, I'd probably say the finest players in the country bunched together in a team which have gelled together and have been able to convert this team into an entire working unit rather than being, you know, 5 really talented players but being all over the place. No, this team doesn't work that way. They play as a team and they try and get all those rounds and get all those matches. That's actually showing up as well. The performance, all of them speak for themselves. So I think there was nothing surprising in the fact that Entity won, it was just the degree by which they won, 16-6. And that's actually a pretty dominating scoreline.
No,
EAT, obviously, I mean, they shouldn't really get heartbroken by this because, let's just face it, obviously, Entity being a better, more experienced team and being a better team, I think they should take this as a learning experience, go back home, watch the demos, and try and figure out what was it that Entity Gaming did that EAT could not counter.
Indeed, indeed. Well, on that note, I think we have summed up today's CSGO game pretty well. We'll take a short commercial break on the